pepper, and soap. First, you fill the bowl with water. Then we put pepper in it. Then you put soap on your finger.
Surface tension is the elastic tendency of a fluid surface which makes it acquire the least surface area possible. Surface tension allows insects, usually denser than water, to float in stride on a water surface. Molecular structure. Water is a tiny bent molecule with the molecular formula H2O consisting of 2 light hydrogen atoms attached to each 16-fold heavier oxygen atom that form a V shape. Heat of fusion. The amount of heat required to convert unit mass of a solid into the liquid without a change in temperature, or released for freezing. Hydrogen bonds. Water molecules happily attract each other. The plus end of a hydrogen atom associates with the minus end of another an oxygen atom. These attractions are an example of hydrogen bonds, weak interactions that form between a hydrogen with a partial positive charge and a more electronegative atom such as oxygen. Solute. A substance dissolved in another substance, usually the component of a solution present in a lesser
Raley,
amount.
reporting live from the kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how water is a universal solvent. Grace? Water is called the universal solvent because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid.
The specific heat of water is 1 calorie / gram degree Celsius equals 4.186 joules / gram degree Celsius, which is higher than any other common substance. The formula is C equals Cm delta T, where C is the specific heat and m is the mass of the object, and delta T is the change in temperature. Vapor pressure is the force exerted by the gas or vapor released by a liquid or solid substance in a closed container or space. P equals 10 A minus B divided by C plus T, where P is the vapor pressure of water, A, B, C is Antone constants for water, and T is the water temperature in Celsius. In a polar covalent bond, the electrons shared by the atoms spend a greater amount of time, on average, closer to the oxygen nucleus than the hydrogen nucleus. This is because of the geometry of the molecule and the great electronegativity difference between the hydrogen atom and the oxygen atom. Calorie with a capital C is 1,000 calories. Calorie with a lowercase c is the amount of heat required at a pressure of 1 atmosphere to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius, that is equal to about 4.19 joules. Joule is the standard unit of work or energy in the International System of Units, equal to the work done by a force of 1 Newton when its point of application moves through a distance of 1 meter in the direction of the force.
The melting point of water is the temperature at which it changes from a solid ice into liquid water. The solid and liquid phase of water are in equilibrium at this temperature. The melting point depends slightly on pressure, so there is not a single temperature that can be considered to be the melting point of water. The melting point of pure water ice at 1 atmosphere of pressure is very nearly 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 273.15 kilometers.
Colloids, a substance in which one substance of microscopically dispersed insoluble particles is suspended throughout another substance. Brownian motion is a random movement of microscopic particles suspended in liquids or gases resulting from the impact of molecules of the surrounding medium. The Tyndall effect is also known as Tyndall scattering. It's light scattering by particles in a colloid or else particles in a very fine suspension. The uniqueness of water. About 70% of the globe is covered by water. Life as we know it thrives on this planet because we have water here and because of water's unique properties. Everything about the physical and chemical properties of water are unusual. Also, many of the geological processes operating near the surface require or are affected by the presence or absence of water. Water is such an effective absorber and transport agent for heat and such an effective solvent because of the nature of the bonding between water molecules and in the minerals and compounds that are found as solids on the Earth's surface.
Water has the unique property of being able to exist in either of the three states: solid, liquid, and gas or steam or water vapor. The transformation from one to another involves change in hydrogen bonding and energy levels.
Electrolytes versus non-electrolytes. Electrolytes react with water to form ions in a solution, and non-electrolytes have molecules. Electrolytes are ionic compounds and some covalent compounds like strong acids. Non-electrolytes do not ionize in water. Water of hydration, also known as water of crystallization, is water that is stoichiometrically bound into a crystal. Desiccants and efflorescence. A desiccant is a hygroscopic substance that induces or sustains a state of dryness in its vicinity. Efflorescence is the migration of a salt to the surface of a porous material where it forms a coating. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture containing solid particles that are sufficiently large for sedimentation.
Grace watered this pasture grass this whole week, but she did not water this pasture grass. This is our experiment for water vitality to life. The human body is made up of about 77% water. Without water vitality, many diseases would kill us, like it killed the grass.
The specific heat capacity of liquid water at room temperature and pressure is approximately 4.2 J/G degrees Celsius. This means it takes 4.2 joules of energy to raise 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Heat of vaporization. A very high quantity of heat energy is needed for evaporation. This amount of heat is called heat of vaporization. When molecules of water absorb heat energy, they move fast in water. Eventually, the speed of movement of some molecules becomes so fast, allowing them to overcome the intermolecular attraction, detach from the multimolecular water, form bubbles, and leave the water surface in gas state. The boiling point of water depends on the atmospheric pressure, which changes according to elevation. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 200 degrees Fahrenheit at 1 atmospheric pressure, but water boils at a lower temperature as you gain altitude, and boils at a higher temperature if you increase atmospheric pressure. Solution process. Solutions are homogeneous mixtures of two or more pure substances. The solute is dispersed uniformly throughout the solution. A solution may exist in any
And this is the water news. Thanks for watching.